Typing. No.
No. And you confirmed already in your Gmail, right?
Okay. Daniel?
Make your way back to the PH Teachers page, because that's where the next audio is. And this is an audio feature that's been very, very popular with our language teachers. Oh, good. Ask the pictures and find the audio Dropbox. Audio Dropbox.
What is it?
That's the phone.
Cindy, what is it?
So if you haven't plugged your microphone in, plug in your microphone. Keep going down. Audio Dropbox. Keep going. Keep going. It should be up. It should be here. So it's not showing up on that computer. So it's not showing up on yours. It isn't showing up on your page. Okay? Underneath that, we have something called an audio Dropbox. And this was designed by teachers for teachers at Michigan State University. And they designed it specifically for language teachers. And Audio Dropbox is one of 6 different tools for language learning. And what it allows students to do, it allows them to record up to a minute of speech. But I can say, as the teacher, I want you to speak for 15 seconds, or 30 seconds, or 1 minute. I can determine how long you're to speak. And then what happens is, I give my students a prompt. So the prompt here is, you looked at different technology environments. This is a prompt for you, actually. How might you use it with students? Activate your microphone and record your response for 30 seconds. So I'll show you what that looks like. So here we have the prompt. So I need to think about what technology I liked so far. And when I have my answer, I record it. So I've now thought about it, I have my answer, and I'll click begin. So I type in my name, and I can put in my email address for feedback, and I'll say go. So now it looks like a little recorder. So I'm going to start recording. I really like to use Voki for students to be able to create a talking avatar, because students like to personalize that avatar, and then they end up practicing a lot when they practice their recording. So I push the record button, I push the stop button, now I have a play button. I really like to use Voki for students to be able to, so I can hear it. If I like it, I keep it. If I don't like it, I delete it and re-record. It gives me a timer, so I know how long I'm speaking. So if I want my students to speak for at least 15 seconds, no more than 20 seconds, they can see that, so they can see how long they're speaking. Once they have a recording they like, they click the green button to save it, and it says, great, your recording is now submitted to your instructor. If they say, I didn't mean to click that button, they can re-record. So now I'm done. So my student has submitted it. So what does this look like? I'll go over to the teacher side, and you'll see why teachers like this. So I'm logging in. I'm just going to go to the audio Dropboxes. So audio Dropbox. What technology do you want to explore? see my submissions. So here it is, Cindy. I'm going to click here to play. I really like to use Boki for students to be, so I can hear it right away. I can see it's 20 seconds long. I can see I submitted it on August 13th at 10:58 and 9 seconds. So I'm going to go back for a moment because as a teacher, I have other drop boxes here. What plans do you have for the summer? So when teachers recorded this, I can see the date, the time, how long they spoke, and MP3. I can save the audio file. So as a teacher, I like this one because when I have my class do an assignment, they all click the one spot and all their answers go to one place. And I can go down the whole list, play this student, play this student, play this student. And then I can also bring this up with my class and I can say to my class, let's listen to this example. And I can play it here, or maybe I take my MP3 files, save it, and play it. I would also recommend at the beginning of the school year, have your students record. At the end of the school year, have your students record. And they can hear the difference from the beginning to the end. Or maybe in the middle of the school year. Or maybe at the end of every unit, they do a recording. And they can hear how their speech is sounding at the end of every unit. So there's a lot you can do with just recording their audio. Teachers really like this one. Because if students have a homework deadline, you must complete this assignment by 10 o'clock. All they have to do is click on it. No registration required. So it's very easy for students. And then you can see the date and the time. So you know when they did it.
So how can they put the seats in your website? Okay?
Right.
So that's the only thing you need. Okay? So we can do
Right.
we can do it by Monday.
So, when we have an account, there's actually a little box here called Get Embed Code, and it gives you the code
That's it.
to put it onto your site. So just as we've been dealing with links or embed code, this is the embed code to copy and paste into the wiki. And because we can't do that here, we'll make sure to put some directions for that.
Okay.
Okay? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to set up accounts at Rich Internet Applications. And I'm going to let you do some responses to that audio Dropbox. And then I'm also going to make a video Dropbox and have you respond to that one or a conversation. So we're going to look at some of the tools that are there because as teachers, you'll find them really useful.
Yeah.
Okay?
I didn't know about this one.
Oh, so Teresita learned something new today.
I know.
So we need a time.
Listen to this one, guys, because time management is what some of you have problems with, okay? Because you tell the cadets to do an activity, okay, do this now, but you have to set up the time that you want them to be finished so they can complete the assignment at that time. So when you put this timer up on the computer, okay, you're not telling them to stop. The computer is telling them to stop. If you say you have 5 minutes to complete this, you meant 5 minutes because you have to continue. Because don't forget, the exams are not going to be changed because you didn't teach something. The exams are done. If you didn't finish and the cadets fail, you're failing. Simple like that. Okay? We have to raise our standards. We don't go down. Because if we change the exam, then we are lowering our expectations and we're not lowering anything. Okay? So let's, Cindy's gonna show you the timer.
Right, so on the front of
It's my best friend actually. The
Yeah,
timer
the
in
timer.
the classroom is my best friend. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's awesome. 10 minutes. And I even asked a student to do it. Okay, set up the time. And they will see that.
And I put a link to this timer on the workshop page. At the very top of the page, it's called Helpful Utilities, Egg Timer. And when you go to the Egg Timer website, it says where you want to start a timer. And there's a little bit of text in here, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get you started. So you put in the number of minutes that you need. So I think we're going to take a 10-minute break. Is that good? 10?
15.
15?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 15 is okay.
So if we take 15 minutes and we click go, the timer will start. And then it displays and everyone knows how much time we have. And when time runs out, it beeps loudly. So take a break.
Vamos, se está perdiendo el tiempo.
On the left are more announcements and suggestions. But down the middle are the applications. So Audio Dropbox is what my name is Jose, soy de Arequipa. Something very straightforward so they get experience and you get experience.
Okay, so that's what we want next week. Next week they must do this. And there's no too much difficult. Most of you have your website, you create the account, and then immediately she show you that you can copy the link to embed the code. Remember, for the teachers that came late, embedding and linking is different. Embedding, you actually have the entire thing. That's why you see the whole picture of the audio Dropbox. Link is different. You link, you connect to the website. Okay? So you want that embedded code there in your website. So,
And here's something else to think about. In the audio Dropboxes, you can have folders. So if you're going to have students speak maybe 2 or 3 times in a unit, you might want to create a folder called Unit 1 and put all of your audio Dropboxes for Unit 1 in your Unit 1 folder. Then Unit 2, put them in a Unit 2 folder. Because otherwise this list is going to get very long. So you can always create folders and move them later.
exactly.
But it's a suggestion.
There is a grade book. Your grade book has oral exam. Yes? So your oral exam must be based also in this recording. So there's no such thing as not speaking because this is our weakness in instruction here. Like we do too much writing and we do not do speaking. So this tool is gonna let the cadet practice more speaking. Okay, so that's what we want. We want them to speak. So I really, now I'm fascinated with this tool because this is new for me too. So I didn't know about this. Okay, so
So here I made a folder and I called it Unit 1. And then I put inside Unit 1 the introduce yourself. So that way my audio Dropboxes can get organized organized by unit. It will make it easier to find, especially at the end of the year.
Is anyone computers working? Like, whose computer is working now? Non-computer, Marisabel, is yours? Do you have a microphone? Do you have a microphone? Do you have a mic? Why she doesn't go there
And submit.
and then they can see what you will do with your cadets, okay? So when you have this audio drop off in your website, okay, for the unit 1, for example, and even you can label it per lesson. If you're talking about the alphabet and you want them to reread the alphabet, that's what you can do. You can make this just for the alphabet and you will get all the responses, okay? So we're gonna do one so you can see how you're going to listen to what they record.
Into one microphone. And record the dialogue. So you can do that too. So it could be for one student, or you could record 2 people speaking. Maybe they're practicing with each other, and you want to record and listen to their practice. That also keeps them practicing instead of not practicing. So when they know you're recording them, it makes a difference.
Yep.
Another easy one, if your cadets have video cameras on their laptops.
Video cameras in their laptop. Listen to this.
If the cadets have video cameras, instead of doing an audio Dropbox, you can do a video Dropbox. It works the exact same way, but instead of triggering just a microphone, it triggers the camera, and it will record the cadet, and you see their face, which can also be very interesting, especially if you want to practice emotions.
Yes.
Practice being serious, practice being compassionate and kind, practice being welcoming, or mad. So the video Dropbox, I put one on the page. So on the workshop page, we have a couple of audio Dropboxes, but the video one looks a little different. When it embeds, it says video Dropbox instead of audio Dropbox. So I'll put my name in. So now you see it triggered the camera on my laptop.
Okay, guys, please.
So I can get my camera lined up, and then I can record.
So they can do this in class, okay, with you there.
Hi, my name is Cindy. I'm from Michigan, and I like to play the piano and travel. So it triggers the camera so you can see their faces. And then, same idea, the green check, to turn it in. And on the back,
To embed the video.
I can see my submissions. And I can download it to play it. So it will open up in my media player on my computer. Or I can click here to play. And I can see my video.
Or how much, what is the limit?
I don't think there was a limit.
No limit.
I think it's the same as the other.
The same as the other.
Let's see. Hang on. 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
So you can have your students do audio or they can do video. Both. Very, very easy. Very, very easy. And one more of their applications. Go over here. The one that's brand new, that they've done a lot of work with, is there's conversations and mashups. Both of these are worth looking. In here's my video camera. So the first question I'm going to do, let's see here. What's your name? And I'm going to give them 5 seconds to respond. Then maybe I want to ask them, where are you from? And they get 5 seconds to respond. Then maybe I want another question. What do you like to do in your spare time? I'll give them 10 seconds to respond. I'll ask another question. So, do you speak English? And I'll give them 5 seconds to respond. So I can have a series of questions. They get to listen to the question, respond. The next question will play, respond. Next question will play, respond. And it's all in a series. And they hear it. I can decide. This box right here. If this is practice, the students can listen to it again, re-record it again. If it's not practice, it's an assessment, they get 1 shot. So that's an option. So I'm going to say students can practice, and I'll save it. Just like the other ones, I can get code. And it's been copied, so I can go over to my page. And I need to edit my page, and I can put in a conversation. So the student's told, type your name. And here we go. So they'll see each question. They get to listen. My name's Cindy. Now because I said they can practice, they can hear it lots of times. I'll go to the next one. I'm from Michigan. I like to play piano and travel and read. That they've made for language teachers. In each of the tools, again, on the side is the documentation. So no matter what tool you're in, you'll find documentation on the side. But also, at CLEAR's website, actually Rich Internet Applications website, there's a link right here, Give Help, Get Help. So if you have a question, there are other teachers that are already talking about the tools. So if you have a question about conversations, how to make it work, you might want to look. How do I embed it? My video's not working. So there's some help here as well. So if you have a question, you can check the documentation and you can check the forums. So what do you think about these applications? Video Dropbox, Conversations, or you can look at the other things that are there. They have mashups, they have quizzes, they have practices, they have interactive exercises, or you can do online matching, online fill in the blank. You can create things for the students to practice. That goes beyond a flashcard. Quizlet is great for flashcards. This will take it a little further in the things that they have there. So there are, I think, 6 or 7 different applications that you can look at. So I want to give you a few minutes to look through what is at Clear, because you can probably create, at least in the Clear website, and maybe you can get it onto your web space, I'm not sure, but you can create it so that when you go home to a real computer, you can go ahead and just get the code and put it onto your website. So I'm going to give you about 15 minutes to look at Clear and the different applications. 15 minutes and look at the different applications available to you at the Rich Internet Applications website, and maybe create some so that you'll be ready to go as a teacher. You can check out the video Dropboxes. You can take a look at the Smile interactive exercises. You can take a look at Quiz Break and make a Jeopardy type of Jeopardy game for language. You can look at mashups. There's lots of options, but you can make your own Dropbox for audio and video and conversations. So go ahead and take 15 minutes to look at the other things that are available to you at Clear. Here for a moment and summarize what you saw with the Rich Internet Applications. So for doing audio, we've seen several things so far, audio and video. We've seen Voki with the talking avatars. We've seen Glaberize with the talking pictures. And then we went to the Rich Internet Applications with Audio Dropbox, Video Dropbox, Conversations that use a combination of audio and video for students. So I want you to take just 2 minutes and talk with each other about what ideas do you have to use any of those applications beyond the initial idea of introducing yourself in that audio drop you have for using those with your students. So take 2 minutes and talk with each other. Then we're going to go around the room and you're going to share an idea. But you can't share the same idea as someone else. So you might have to think very quickly to come up with something different. Okay? So go ahead, take 2 minutes to talk with some people around you so you generate lots of ideas. And that way when we go around, you'll have different ideas to share. Okay? All right, 2 minutes. Go. I'll put the timer on for 2 minutes.
How are you liking it? How are you liking it?
Talked about this morning and explored this morning. So it doesn't matter which one. So whatever your ideas might be. Let's start in the back. Ladies, in the back. I'll start with you. What do you think? To what they sound like. So yeah, that makes it very powerful.
Here we were happy with all of them are interesting, but we prefer the audio video Dropbox because it gives us the opportunity to practice with them the interaction. So because we have a few hours, just 4 hours a week, and it is not possible to take oral participation of all the cadets. So we prefer this because they can enter anytime. No, it takes some minutes. It's fast. So, for example, we can create a situation For example, a situation that imagine we are police officers and you are the suspect, and we can make an
Exactly.
question and answer practice. So they are forced to answer. Then maybe we can change roles.
Maybe in the video Dropbox.
I think according to the community classes, you can use any of these tools.
Yes.
For example, I told my friend before, I'd like to make a personal interview to the commissary of the police station directly with a computer.
Mhm.
And they share idea. And also with the people. And improve things.
Yeah. That works. Well, you have some very good ideas, and you've been very patient with the technology. So, very patient.
Yes.
And I need to overview, because then we're going to get into lunch. I think the audio video drop boxes are probably the most flexible tool out of all the tools that we're looking at. There's a lot you can do with them as a teacher. It only takes your creativity to put a context, like you said, interviewing a suspect, flipping that role, having them practice with each other. Very, very flexible tool. So we're going to look at a couple of products that combine multiple pieces of media that serve a different purpose that you might find useful depending on what you're doing with your students, or they might not be necessarily as useful as the audio and video Dropbox. But they're there for you to be aware of and to see how they work. So the first one is called PhotoPeach. How many of you use PowerPoint with your students? Okay, quite a few of you. PhotoPeach is very similar to PowerPoint, but it's web-based, so you don't need software. It's all on a website. So if the students don't have PowerPoint, they can do a PowerPoint presentation in PhotoPeach. But PhotoPeach has one more feature that PowerPoint doesn't have. You can make PowerPoint do this, but it's not so good. So I'm going to show you what PhotoPeach does that's different. But otherwise, it's like PowerPoint, but web-based and free. So this is a presentation about polar bears. So we're going to see what you know about polar bears. So let me see if I can make this full screen. And here we go. No, I'm gonna have to sit. Pause this. Oh. No, wait. Okay, do you know?
Combine Y and then. What?
Okay, I'm going to let it play. I'm going to choose your answer.
What?
What do you think? What?
No.
I heard someone say 5 countries. We'll go with 5.
Correct.
Brown bear?
No, panda. I mean,
I hear lots A seal. Oh, you're so little. Oh, somebody said clear. I forgot to choose something. Sorry. So, Photo Peach is very much like PowerPoint. You can put in your pictures and it will go from slide to slide to slide. And you can add a caption or a quiz. So I added a quiz. Well, actually, I didn't make this one. I borrowed this one. So I put a quiz question. So it adds a different layer of information to PowerPoint. And it's something you can put online on your website and students can review, or students can make it. So it's like PowerPoint, but free. So a different way to present information and a different type of interactivity. So that's one thing to explore. The other thing that you can explore, and I don't know if your students do this here. Do your students ever have to do a poster presentation? Where they have a poster board and they cut out things and put it on the poster. Do they ever do that here? No. Okay, I have some yes and some no. So what we have in our schools is if students do this kind of presentation on a poster, we also give them the option to do an electronic poster instead. So that way they don't have to cut up magazines, they don't have to cut things out. They can do an electronic poster, and that is on your page right here. So there's some multimedia posters, and instead of having just text and pictures, the multimedia poster can have text, pictures, video, and graphics. So you can make an electronic poster instead of a paper poster. So there's two examples on the page of electronic posters. So this is one about a crime scene investigator. So it describes the salary, describes the job. So someone was exploring careers here. Same thing on the second one, being a police officer. Someone was exploring careers. So these are very easy to make. And at Lobster, which we have linked up here at the top, as an educator, you can get a free account, students can get free accounts, and they can make posters. And what I encourage you to do is look at something like the best blogs at the top. And you can see thousands and thousands of electronic posters that students have made. So instead of doing a paper poster, a lot of our teachers give students the choice. You can do a paper poster, or you can do an electronic poster. Some students prefer electronic, some students prefer the paper because it's paper, it's tactile, they can feel it, they can touch it, they like that. So doing a poster You can do it electronic, or you can do it in paper. So that's something that some teachers like to use. And then the third one, which is a possibility, is doing some video. There's a website called Animoto that makes it very, very easy to make videos out of your own pictures. You put your pictures in, say, give me this music, and Animoto takes your pictures, takes your music, puts in the transitions, and makes a video. And that has been used a lot for public relations, for advocacy, for positive marketing. So 3 possibilities of things to look at. So the Animoto videos, there's some students, college students, that made videos on human rights. So they had to gather pictures related to human rights, and then Animoto turned it into a video. So we have examples of basic human rights, and actually we linked to what the different videos are representing as an example. Now, all of these use a Flash environment, so that's why I'm not stopping and having you create in each one of these, because I don't know that you can create here. So it might only be something you can look at here, but you have to create on your computer at home and not here. So in this last section, there's just different ways to present multimedia outside of PowerPoint. So you can do PowerPoint, you can do Photo Peach, you can make a poster, you can make a movie. And they're all very easy to do. So that is a lot of technology. So take a look at your page. Tell me if any of these load for you. Can you see any of these on the page that you have? Can you see the posters? Or can you see the polar bear quiz on your computer here? No. So good, so you can see the posters. And notice on the posters it says view full size. You're seeing a shorter version of the poster. So you can go and you can see the real size. So it looks like you can see some of the items, which is good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put on the timer just for...
You have 10 minutes to do this dialogue, to practice. So you put the timer, and the timer is going to ring, okay? And that's it. 1 more minute means 1 more... No, the timer said it, no me. We have stuff to do. So please use the timer, okay? Use a cadet's computer. If you don't have it on the screen, use a cadet's computer. And okay, you put the timer on. Because it's really simple. You don't have to sign up. It's really there. You just put how many minutes you want, okay? So you need to utilize your time effectively. And the only way that you're going to do that is by using the timer. You will love it, okay?
And for those of you who just came in, the timer is on the workshop page at the top, Egg Timer. And Egg Timer is a website. Go ahead and take a look at Photo Peach. And you might be able to just take 3 pictures. Put 3 pictures in.
Any pictures?
Anything. And see, you will see add a caption or add a question. And you'll see how easy it is to make. It's easier than PowerPoint.
Yes.
Even easier. So we'll give you a few minutes to explore. Meanwhile, I will open up Photo Peach. So if anyone wants to explore with me, they will be able to. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to get some pictures on your computer, in case there aren't any, and then we'll make some. So just so you can see how easy it is, I've logged into PhotoPeach
guys, so you can look at
so you can see how we do the quiz. So I've logged into PhotoPeach and I'm going to create a new slideshow. So I'll choose some images to put up there. I know these aren't very large, so I'll just take these. So I choose my photos and it uploads them. So I chose 3 cat photos. It tells me that it's done. Now it allows me to move them around. So if I want them in a different order, all I have to do is click and drag. And if I decide I don't want one, I can even take it out. Keep it on the side. If I want to bring it back, I can bring it back. So once I get my order, and notice I can even bring my photos in from Facebook or Picasa. Once I have them in order, next. Now it wants a title. It wants a speed. I'm going to make this a quiz, so I'm going to put it on slow. Then it wants some music. If I choose, I can put background music on it. I'm not going to put any music on my quiz. So I will click finish. And it makes me select music. Okay. So now I have my cats, but I don't have my quiz questions yet. Now I click edit. So here I am on my picture. Edit captions, edit music, add photos, manage comments, we'll worry about, delete, and download. When I go to edit captions and photos, here's my quiz. So here's my question. I'm going to do a quiz question. My 3 answers. I have to choose which one is right, and I can preview. There comes my quiz question. So it's very quick. Very quick, very easy, and free. So whether you need to make a slideshow or the cadets are going to make a slideshow, it's very easy to do a slideshow here at PhotoPeach, and you can add a caption and a quiz if you want for something different. And then you can put that up on your website. So a different way for interactivity. So think about everything we've seen. And all of this will be up on the website for your reference. And we'll put some information with some directions. So when you get your computer at home, some directions will be there for you as well. So we've looked at egg timer, so if you have a timer, Google Forms, practicing vocabulary with word clouds, Quizlet for vocabulary, and don't forget those can go on the mobile phone too. So if the students have their mobile phone, they can practice right on their phone.
I haven't tried with the phone here, but
If there's a data plan and they can get to the web, they can do Quizlet.
no, with the okay.
And then the speaking and listening through Voki and Blabberize. And then the Dropboxes, which are awesome. And conversations. And then different ways to make multimedia presentations that are alternatives. to PowerPoint or to a poster. So lots of things to explore. And my recommendation is you start small with Audio Dropbox, because that's quick, it's easy, and you'll be successful. You'll be successful with Audio Dropbox. And then try another one, maybe a word cloud or a video Dropbox. Or maybe you want to try a blabberized photo. But I think start with Audio Dropbox is the one to start with. So thank you for your patience with the computers. I know that's very, very, very frustrating, but at the same time, now when you go home, you have something to explore and lots of options. So I wish you well in your exploring, and I'll put my information on the page so you know how to get a hold of me. And Teresita will be here, so she'll be able to answer some questions, or you can email her with some questions. But we look forward to seeing what you do and how your cadets enjoy it, because I think they'll enjoy it and they'll speak more and they'll practice more because of it. So Teresita, do you want to tell us what we're doing next?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Cindy. Well,
You're welcome.
Yeah, so, of what she probably will need 1 week.
Yes.
We were there every day from 8 to 3. Okay? So, from 8 to 3. The first day, it was, she will show us all of this. And we were like, wow. Wow. Very exciting about all this. And we were ready to go back to the classroom and start using everything, because we got inspired by this technology. But my own experience is telling me that you won't be able to use everything at once. Like Cindy said, you pick one that it's easier and that you will feel like, yes, I can do it, okay? And then you move up to the next ones. Now, the audio, and as you know and I know, that is the problem with our cadets, that they do not speak. So that's why this workshop, this seminar was based on the needs of the cadets and the needs that you can implement, the strategies that you can use for them to become successful and start speaking in English. So that's our main focus. We're bringing here everything, but we cannot do it but for you. We're leaving. She's leaving today. She's flying back tonight. I'm flying back on Tuesday. And Douglas also is going back on Tuesday. And we can do this for you. You are the ones that are going to share with the cadets that experience. And we will see that they really are speaking, because that's our goal one more time. We want them to speak. We want them to be ready for what is outside. We want them to become successful officers of the Peruvian police. And you have a big responsibility, because if the police become successful, you will feel like so good, because you said, that was my cadet. That was my student. And I had the pleasure to meet with my cadets who are already majors. And one is the assistant, the main assistant of the director of the police. And you know, those feelings mean a lot. And so, Miss, I still remember what you taught me. But if you see a cadet in a few years and said, oh, I wish I paid more attention, probably we didn't do enough to make them speak. So here we are helping you. We're here to help you, because only you can make the learning experience for the cadets successful. Okay? So thank you for your time, your effort to spend some time with us, your patience with the computers. And I know it gets frustrated. We want to punch the computer sometimes. We're going to say thank you to the sub officer who has helping us these 2 days. And we want to say thank you by applauding him, okay? Because it was the last minute, último minuto that he had to come today, so that means a lot, okay? So he's contributing, él está ayudando a la policía. Esta es la manera de colaborar, okay? So let's make Police Horizon successful, otherwise you are failing. Not only you, but the cadets. And that will be, you know, a bad experience. We want you to be successful, because what we are giving you, you will take it outside the classroom, okay? So it's enriching your teaching experience as well. So thank you again. Thank you to Douglas. Thank you to Comandante Lopez and la señora Nelvi Cordova, his assistant. So for all of these that we have done, okay, so I will be still in town Monday, so I will tell you what the homework is for Monday. And your homework is, it's only one. I just need the audio Dropbox in your website. I think all of you can accomplish that, and I would like to see that integrated into your lesson plan, okay? So please, that audio Dropbox in your website, and when you are done with that, we will give you your certificates, okay? Because we have them, but Cindy is gonna sign them, I will sign them, but we won't give them to you until you prove that you have done what we expected, okay? Otherwise, it will be just one paper, and we don't do that. We give you because you deserve it. We just don't give it because you show up, okay? So that's the difference. So we want results, and that's how we will prove that what you got from TVEC is something that you really accomplished. You didn't get it just for the certificate. You got it because you enrich your life as teachers, okay? So we will go to the closing remarks with Comandante Soriano, and then we have the American lunch. I hope it's a little bit better than last time, and but I know it was good. So I hope you enjoy it, and that's it. So we're trying to make you leave early, okay? Okay. So thank you very much again, and we will be moving. Let me confirm by a phone call if we are ready, okay?
¿Por qué digo? Porque desde que se ve que en Madrid no me
La clausura acá, ¿no?
Vuelquen estos conocimientos en provecho de la enseñanza a los señores futuros oficiales de la Policía Nacional. Eventos de esta naturaleza deben ser continuamente repetidos, y TVEC apunta a eso. Es una de las primeras actividades en este sentido, y con el transcurso del tiempo va a ir programando otras más, a fin de que el conocimiento de ustedes se vea reforzado por una parte y adquieran otros conocimientos que vayan en provecho de la enseñanza en este centro de estudios. Señor comandante, TVEC saluda el entusiasmo que está poniendo la Policía Nacional. Saluda las facilidades que por intermedio del señor general, director de Estudios y de Doctrina Policial de la Policía Nacional, y agradece estas facilidades que brinda y que hace muy satisfactoria y programa otras actividades de esta índole, con estas, teniendo como entusiasmo estas facilidades que está la Policía Nacional otorgándonos. Señor comandante, quisiera que en este momento dé por clausurado este seminario que se llevó a cabo desde el día de ayer y el día de hoy. Tenga la bondad de hacerlo, se lo solicita LLC. Gracias.
Darle la cordial bienvenida a esta aula magna y saludar a Magíster, catedrática Techi Eldridge, de igual forma al Mr. Eldridge, y en singular ocasión al sindicato. Ayer me dio mucho gusto conocerla y al mismo tiempo le dije que era bienvenida acá al Perú. Y quiero en esta oportunidad referirme a ustedes, los docentes. El departamento académico ha venido funcionando hace mucho tiempo. Recuerdo yo cuando era teniente y era instructor acá en esta escuela de oficiales. Lo he conocido al comandante también cuando era de cuarto año. Yo era mi primer año de teniente, recién ascendido, ¿no?, de alférez a teniente. Y hoy estamos acá sentados. Y no se dictaba en la cátedra la asignatura de inglés. El inglés es una lengua, es un idioma universal, y así lo considero, puesto que manejar dos idiomas nos abre un horizonte. Y yo a ustedes los felicito, porque aparte de tener su lengua materna, que es el castellano, el español, también tienen el inglés. Y quiero decirles que no se hacía ese trabajo cuando se incluyó en la malla curricular la asignatura de inglés. Se ha venido haciendo ya un status quo de la asignatura de inglés, es decir, los cadetes salían, se recibían de alfereces y a pesar que habían llevado la asignatura de inglés, no sabían hablar en inglés completamente, como deberían. Y esto podría decirse, porque yo los considero a ustedes ya parte de la familia policial, lo considero un taras de parte de la dirección de la Escuela de Oficiales. Este año hemos salido de este letargo. A buena hora nuestro director de Educación y Doctrina y también nuestro director de la Escuela de Oficiales hemos podido adquirir la currícula del idioma inglés. Y para ello hemos tenido que ir hablando seriamente y acordando de que los cadetes a partir de la fecha deban llevar el inglés, pero de una manera eficiente, como debe ser, de tal forma que cuando salgan a las calles sepan hablar otro idioma, como ustedes se han esmerado. ¿Por qué no? hay muchos oficiales que todavía están retardados en el tiempo, que dicen, no, los policías deben hablar un idioma y ya, y imbuirse en las funciones propias como policía. Sí, pues, el policía tiene una gran misión, una gran finalidad fundamental. ¿Qué cosa es? Ayudar a las personas. Discriminamos entonces al estadounidense, aquel ciudadano que viene aquí al Perú y se encuentra con un policía y el policía no tiene el conocimiento del inglés y de tal forma que no lo puede ayudar, no se puede comunicar. Eso ya debemos dejarlo de lado. Y es que este tema, esta asignatura se está llevando a cabo para que el oficial salga hablando, inclusive pueda intervenir. Hay muchas personas de habla inglesa que a veces son intervenidos. Ustedes conocen que nosotros como Perú tenemos los problemas del narcotráfico y tenemos muchos ciudadanos. A la familia Eldridge, a la Magister Cindy Kendall, a ustedes los catedráticos peruanos, pero con ganas de enseñarle a nuestros cadetes, catedráticos con resiliencia, que sigan así. Estos temas de capacitación implica desarrollo profesional. Veo allí que le estamos otorgando unos certificados. Eso es, los motivamos como debe ser, y no solamente los contratamos y ya enseña y se acabó. No, la idea es cerrar el círculo, ¿no? La idea es enseñe bien catedráticos, enseñen bien a nuestros cadetes y nosotros también los motivamos con esos certificados que permiten un mejor desarrollo profesional. No está nuestro director de la Escuela de Oficiales porque tenemos durado la capacitación a los docentes de inglés de la Escuela de Oficiales brindado por TV. Quiero agradecer profundamente a cada uno de ustedes por estar presente en estas capacitaciones y también, ¿por qué no?, decirles que continuamos trabajando. Esa comunicación que tenemos no se debe perder. Hemos coordinado con la doctora Eldridge para que un representante de la empresa tenga un escritorio cerca de la oficina de evaluación y supervisión. Inclusive le hemos entregado un stand para que pueda guardar sus cosas, pero la idea es tener coordinación. Ya ustedes son parte de la familia y yo les agradezco por el esfuerzo que ustedes están haciendo por esta Escuela de Oficiales, alma mater de la Policía Nacional del Perú. Muchísimas gracias a todos.
Docentes, pero voy a volver a repetir y recalcar, no está de más, que les agradezco infinitamente por haber asistido a las capacitaciones del día de anoche y el día de hoy, y la entrega que realmente muchos de ustedes están dando para los cadetes. Nuevamente, y vuelvo a insistir y vuelvo a repetir, que nuestra intención es que ustedes estén preparados para que los cadetes puedan realmente cumplir con los objetivos de nuestro programa. El nombre del programa es Police Horizons, y como Horizons, mis horizontes, es lo que nosotros queremos. Queremos que los futuros oficiales vean más allá que simplemente un idioma o un curso que tienen que llevar, sino que este Horizons, estos horizontes, le den a ellos la oportunidad de crecer personalmente y profesionalmente. Entonces, esa es la razón, ese es el objetivo de nuestro programa. Yo nuevamente les agradezco lo profesionales que son y que han demostrado con la puntualidad, con su presencia y con la comunicación, que nuevamente voy a recalcar, es algo que necesitamos estar pendientes. A pesar que nosotros nos vamos, nosotros nos quedamos con nuestro representante, que estoy segura y ya lo conocen, el comandante López Tuesta. Él va a estar evaluando en las clases, vamos a conversar el día lunes y el martes, vamos a mostrarles el documento, el cual se va a usar para la evaluación, para también medir la calidad de cómo ustedes transmiten sus conocimientos a los señores cadetes. Nuevamente, muchas gracias al comandante Soriano, al comandante Samamé, que es muy entusiasta, porque él personalmente sabe las necesidades de los futuros oficiales. Al mayor Alejos también, que ha venido los 2 días incansable, que también nos hemos quedado trabajando casi hasta la medianoche con el comandante Samamé y el mayor Alejos. ¿Por qué? Porque tienen el entusiasmo, quieren realmente hacer todo lo que nosotros estamos solicitando. Entonces, nuestro objetivo, una vez más, es que nuestra Policía Nacional y nuestro Perú, porque es mío también, sea un país diferente. Y les vuelvo a repetir, está en nosotros también. Contribuir de alguna manera con que la policía sea una institución que nos brinde la seguridad que todos necesitamos. Entonces, los hago responsables de eso. Para que este programa funcione, está en sus manos, está en el deseo y en las ganas que le van a poner. Agradezco también a Cindy Kendall una vez más, no tengo palabras para expresar el agradecimiento, no solo de ser parte del grupo TEVEC, es un honor para nosotros contar con ella, puesto que es inspiración para muchos docentes. Talento, conocimiento y éxito, porque para cada uno de ustedes hay un lugar hacia adelante para que TEVEC pueda realmente cumplir sus objetivos. Gracias a todos y les vuelvo a repetir, los certificados se van a hacer entrega el día lunes y martes cuando verifique que ustedes han cumplido con el aspecto tecnológico, con nuestro objetivo. Porque no es simplemente un certificado, un papel, sino que hay que comprobar que lo que ustedes han recibido, los conocimientos, lo han aplicado. ¿Ok? Ese es el objetivo de TEVEC. Muchas gracias y por favor degusten su almuerzo al estilo americano, sándwich, soda y chips. Gracias.
Para la portada del TV.
Gracias.
Muy bien.
El sorteo.
Ay, verdad, el sorteo, perdón. ¿No está?
La siguiente es Medalit Millón.
Gracias, Melina.
Ya, de nada.
Mi hermano.
Enséñales para que...
Ahí está.
Las energías no
Los escritores.
Edgar.